Welcome back to the channel, everybody, and we're on the road again and continuing our tour of the cities around Germany. I thought we'd go from Hannover, where we finished last time, up to Bremen. There's our route. It's only a short one today. Let's just get this started up. Change the tachograph. Got 2 hours driving time left, so we'll just rest, just refresh that, then we've got the full driving time available to us. Get ready to go, put a bit of light on. It is 7 PM, so it will start to get darker. Get the seat adjusted and we should be ready to go. So to make it easier, what I've done this time is I've taken 7 pickups from one pickup area. So rather than make several different pickups before we get on the longer run, we can pick everything up from one depot, and then when we get to the other end of Bremen, we can also drop it off at one depot as well. So the total 7 loads that we've got make up 97% capacity, I think it was, of the trailer in the back. So we're pretty full. It's pretty heavy. We got some rain starting, and I will turn on the wipers soon. We've got just over 5 kilometers to where we pick up everything that we've got on our list. This rain effect is pretty nice. The only problem with it is it's not persistent. Once you get to a certain speed, the raindrops go away, which is a bit of a shame. So it's pretty wet. There's puddles on the road. Once we get the weight on board, then let's see how it handles. We just need to turn in. Let's let this traffic go. Yeah, we can beat this guy, I think. Yeah, we just have to use the brakes. Oh, it's close. It's close. Okay, good. He stopped. Don't want to crash when we've just set off. So we need to just get round to this side, reverse in, pick everything up, and we can be on our way. As I said, just a short one today. And it'll just give us a chance to have a look at another city that we've got at the moment, which is Bremen, or Bremen. So this is one of the more easier places to actually get reversed in, because you can take it forwards here and get pretty straight before you start to reverse. Let's just turn those wipers on. Put a couple of notches on there. Right, so let's start the reverse, then we can get this stuff picked up. Now, I said this before. It is tricky, it does take some skill. These are the best ones to practice on. Just needs very fine adjustments. Especially as it starts to go dark like this, because you can't see whether there's a little wall there next to the walkway, and you can't always see that when you're reversing. You can just see it in the mirror. It's got a sort of gated area on the top, but it is difficult. There's no light behind the truck, which would help. But as long as we get it in, you know, I'm not a perfectionist. As long as we get there and it turns green, we'll be good to pick everything up. But I do think it's going to take me some time to progress up to the Gigaliner, certainly. Which has got more than one axle on the trailer. So that, I imagine, is pretty difficult. It takes some skill. So I'll work my way up to that one. But this looks pretty good. It should turn green anytime now. Okay, there we go. So we're not 100% straight, but it likes it. So we just need to hop out and go up to the freight office, and then we can see here at the top we've got the 7 items to pick up, or loads. So it's bricks, wood, pipes, more bricks, more pipes, more wood. And it's not quite full there, so it did tell me at the beginning that we would be 97% full, but it doesn't sort of reflect that in the back of the truck there. There's quite a bit of space. There wasn't just 3% of space there left. So that's everything on board, so we can proceed now onto Bremen. So we've got just under 170 kilometres until we get to Bremen. I'll just put some lights on. It is getting quite dark. 8 hours of driving time left before we need to rest, so that's plenty of time. I don't think we'll even dent that, to be honest. So this depot was worldwide shipping. I think we're going to logistics hub over in Bremen. Certainly a very damp evening. Very cold, very grey. But let's just hope this time I don't get the trailer glitch. I don't know if you saw the last video, there was a very, very strange glitch in there. If you look back at the last video where we went to Hannover, I have put chapters in the video so you can go straight to that. But if you didn't see it, after we did the pickup, the trailer at the back was rocking quite violently left to right, and it was a strange one. It was throwing me all over the road. So in the end, the only thing that reset it was to actually detach the cab from the front of the trailer, and then looking behind I could see the trailer was still rocking even though it wasn't attached, and then reverse the cab back up and then reattach it, and that seemed to do the trick. So it was a very strange one. I did report that one to Aerosoft, so hopefully they're aware of it. Not sure what's going to be in the next patch. I do believe that there will be a patch in February, in early February, which is good because it's nice that they're making constant improvements, certainly. So we got the last of the sun. Looks quite nice, reflecting off the wet road. And we're just about to turn onto the motorway now for the biggest part of this journey. 8:20 in the evening. So once we join this motorway we can get up to speed, and the kilometres should start coming off quite quickly then. As we've said before, the kilometres you'll notice are not one-to-one, so you can see how fast the distance ticker is going down. We've already done a kilometre since the junction, which oops, we nearly hit the Vauxhall Corsa as we came on. Yeah, we'd already done a kilometre since we came onto the motorway, so it's not like for like. So oh, we had some lightning in the distance. That was nice. That distance won't, you know, it's not really 148 kilometres. It will go quite quickly. I'm going to keep my eye on the junctions. Some of these are quite tricky. Multiple lanes going off everywhere. The sat-nav actually is quite good. It is quite easy to understand. And it's just the right size as well. I don't know if that size can be altered, but I find that it is just the right size to be able to follow closely. But even so, there have been a couple of times where lanes are quite close together where I've actually taken the wrong lane and then had to take a massive additional amount of distance to get back to where I need to be. But that's all part of the fun. And that's interesting, the sound has cut out. It keeps doing that in different places. So yeah, it's quite quiet again, as if I've let go of the accelerator, but I'm accelerating. And I need to be on this left hand side. Yeah, that's a very odd one. So let's join the main carriageway here. Quarter to 9 at night. It's still quite light actually here. So I've got it in the cruise just now, 63 kilometers an hour. We can go up to 80. But those kilometers just ticking down nicely. Nice to see some traffic on the road as well. So this is Germany. I'm not sure in Germany, is this the correct lane to be in if you're the slowest? I know in the UK this right hand side would be the fastest lane. So I'm assuming we're in when the sat nav is telling us we need to be in the right hand lane. So I'm assuming this is in Germany, this would be the slow lane. Or the trucking lane, certainly. It's not going to take us that long to get there, to Bremen. 122 kilometres left now. So we're making good progress. Thanks for everybody's likes and comments on the other videos for On The Road. It's been nice to see everybody interacting. I wasn't sure when I started doing these just how popular this game was, or you know, if anybody really knew about it, but there seems to have been a lot of interest, and I know there's been a few of you that have been in touch with me and said you've watched these videos and these videos have convinced you to go ahead and buy it. So that's really pleasing. You know, that's good to see. And as you play it, if I can help anyway, just let me know in the comments. I'll certainly do that. Played quite a bit on the PS4. I've not played as much with the PS5. It's something I dip into, you know, once or twice a week generally, along with all the other stuff that I'm playing at the moment, which you can see on the channel. I don't put everything on the channel. I'm also playing Fishing North Atlantic, which, if you haven't seen that, is another simulation type game. I do like action games, but I do like simulation. And Fishing North Atlantic is the sequel to Fishing Barents Sea, which I did play. I think I've got 1 or 2 very small videos from Barents Sea on the channel. But Fishing North Atlantic I've just been getting into since Christmas, and I think I'll put some of those on the channel as well. It is quite interesting. It's commercial fishing, so you are in big boats and using different methods of fishing. It's quite interesting. It's quite good. So we can see the signs starting to come up now for Bremen. Got around 100 kilometers to go. Need to be over in this right hand side actually. So if you have been watching the videos, I hope you enjoy them. Please do subscribe if you haven't done so already, because that really helps me. I'm trying to get to that magic 500, and I think as of today I'm on 483. So I've not got far to go. If you can help out, I would really appreciate that, or just leave me a like. That also helps. That also helps get me noticed, which will lead to subscribers. So really do appreciate it, and thanks for all the comments as I mentioned earlier. It's good fun interacting with you guys. Now this is strange, everybody seems to have slowed down. But interestingly as well, it's asking me now to be in the left hand lane. So I was thinking the fast lane would be on the right, the slow lane would be the right hand lane. And it was asking me to be in the right hand lane earlier, but now it's asking me to be in the left hand lane, so I'm not quite sure whether that is just a bug with the sat nav, or whether it's because this is a 2-lane piece of road rather than 3. Not sure. I'm not sure if this is a local rule in Germany or whether it's the game not telling me the right thing. Anyway, it's fine because people are still overtaking us on the inside. So we're not holding anybody up. See what I mean about the rain as well? Now we're at speed. It is still raining. If you look in the wing mirror and out of the left window, you can see the rain. But on the windscreen, we're not getting that effect that we were getting back in Hannover of the rain blobs. Rain blobs? Raindrops. And if I turn those wipers off, we still won't get that. So I assume then that the effect of the raindrops only works up to a certain speed, and over that it just doesn't. It probably takes up too much memory and computing power to actually animate those on the screen. It's not a big deal. And a petrol station there up on the right. Just looking at our petrol, we've got about half a tank. I've commented before that the petrol really will last us quite a long time in this game. Very, very rarely have to fill it up. So everybody's slowing down again. Not sure why that is. So we've only got 68 kilometers to go, so I assume we'll be coming off the motorway quite soon. And we'll be heading into Bremen. Been a good straight run so far. Uneventful. Bit of traffic on the road. Quite a few trucks. Again, it's nearly 10 o'clock, but it's quite light. I have to assume that we're in the summer season. Quite bright, but with rain at 10 o'clock at night. And as of now, Bremen is not one of the cities that I've visited in this game. Even with the PS4, I don't recall ever going to Bremen, so this will be a new one for me. Depending which side of it we come in on, we may not get to see much of the centre of the city, but on the next video we'll take a look at that if we don't get to see it this time. Just over 50 kilometres. We have got quite a bit of daylight up this way. Maybe it's the 21st of June, not the longest day of the year. Certainly very strange. So we just got a notification there on the right hand side down in the sat-nav that our other driver that I've got, Horst Heimerman, has finished his route. So what I did just off video before we started was give him a few pickups and deliveries to do, just to make some money in the background, which will help me out when I want to buy new trucks and trailers. So he's been off doing that and he's just finished. Not sure yet how much money he's actually gained for us, but it's quite easy to make money in this game by doing that. And of course, the more drivers you've got, the more routes you can set up. And they all just go away and do their own route once you've set those up. So he's finished his route and he'll sit there now until I give him more jobs. It's a shame really that there is there's no intelligence in there that perhaps, you know, he could schedule his own jobs. But then again, that would be like farming money, wouldn't it? If you didn't actually have to do anything yourself, it would be like farming money. So apart from drive, there'd be nothing else left to do in the game. So I understand it. So we're starting to see some buildings. So we are definitely getting towards our destination. We just got 30 kilometres left. And in fact, we may be coming off here. There is a turning for Bremen. And it does indeed want us to go to the right. Okay, I'm going a little bit too fast. I need to slow it down. Once again, I need to look at the steering. I need to do some fine adjustments to the steering. It's generally okay, and I've still got it set to those settings that are in my controls video that is on the channel. Just check that out if you've not seen that and you're struggling. 9 out of 10 times the steering is fine. Sometimes at speed, when I'm using those junctions as you just saw, there's something not quite right and it oversteers. And it takes a while to recover, so I have been in the barriers a few times, so there is some fine adjustment I still need to do. A couple of you guys have sent me some comments of things to try, which is good, so thanks for those. I will do some experimenting. If I need to update the controller video, then I will do that and share those settings with the rest of you, because it is important. Once you've found your sweet spot with the steering, you can pretty much leave it alone then. It's one of the things you'll mess about with at the beginning for quite a while. Everybody's different as well. Everybody likes it to work a different way. So we'll turn those wipers off because I don't think they're actually doing anything right now. And we got two of the MAN trucks there. together at the lights. Just look in the mirror, I think that one is from the Brutto depot, which you'll see quite a few times as we travel around the map. We do pickups and deliveries to Brutto. Quarter to 11, still a few people wandering the streets, coming out of the pub, no doubt, with the beer keller in Germany. That lady looks a bit underdressed for this time of night. Now, I don't know about the acceleration. I have got full acceleration. I've got the trigger pressed right in, but you saw those trucks on the left. They were able to, absolutely burn me off at the lights. So, I'm not quite sure for the AI if the acceleration is realistic. Seems realistic for the truck that we're in. You would expect a big heavy truck to be able to move off slowly rather than shoot off at a rate of knots. But yeah, the AI just seemed to be able to put the foot down, as it were, and beat us to it. So we're not that far at all now really from the depot. We've got this right turn and we should be pretty much there. That 11 kilometers we've got to go will soon go. Let's give ourselves enough room to get around this corner without taking out that fence. Now I think this depot that we're coming up to is going to be one of the very tight ones, which is difficult to reverse into, especially with this size of truck. It's one thing I would like them to change if they can, because you can spend quite a lot of time finely adjusting. There is just no space to reverse at this type of depot. You'll see what I mean when we get to it, if it's the one that I'm thinking of. And that being the case, I will probably spare you, and I will skip ahead if it's taking me a while to do the reversing. So this is our turning coming up now, and then we should be pretty much there. You can see the city just off there in the distance. Starting to get a little bit more built up. So there's the oversteering as I came around the corner. If you just go that little bit too far, it doesn't release the steering fast enough and you end up carrying on in the same direction. So that's the setting I think that I need to look at for the future. Yes, but it is a tight depot, this one, so you've almost to go straight in and then try to reverse, so it's very, very tight. Okay, so I've spared you my terrible parking. During that short interlude, it's actually took me 7 minutes to get to this terrible state of parking. But it's turned green, and as I mentioned at the start of the stream, I'm not a perfectionist. So, you know, I'm going to take it. 7 minutes of going backwards and forwards in the dark where the depot's not lit is enough for me. And I knew you wouldn't want to see it, so let's make it look like I've just come in and reversed once. So we'll get the doors open. And as I mentioned earlier, everything that we picked up back in Hannover is being delivered to this one depot. So we've just got this one drop off to do. So let's get to the freight office. And we've got the details at the top there of all 7 deliveries that we're doing. So as we already had the doors open, it's done the delivery now. So we just need to get the doors closed. And that is it. And that is us going from Hannover to Bremen. So thanks guys for joining me. It's been a pleasure as always. Hope you enjoyed it. As I mentioned, please do subscribe, leave me a like, it really helps. Glad to see you guys are starting to enjoy the game and buy the game yourselves. That's it. Thanks guys. Talk to you all soon. Bye for now.